It's the dead of night. The ocean is cold, dark, and merciless. The water isn't just cold, it's bone-chilling, a deep freeze that seeps into your very core. Waves crash against you like walls of ice, tossing your body around as if you were nothing more than a piece of driftwood. The sky above is pitch black, the stars hidden behind a thick layer of clouds. You've been awake for 3 long, grueling days. No real food. No real rest. Your body trembles violently, on the edge of collapse, every muscle screaming for relief. Your teeth chatter uncontrollably as hypothermia creeps in, threatening to shut your body down. The only thing keeping you afloat right now isn't strength, or skill, or even luck. It's sheer willpower. And then, cutting through the roar of the ocean, you hear it. The voice of your instructor bellowing over the chaos. Push harder. Don't quit now. Your lungs are on fire, every breath feeling like knives stabbing into your chest. Your arms feel like lead, each stroke of swimming harder than the last. Your legs burn with exhaustion, barely able to kick against the powerful current. Every single instinct inside you screams, stop, give up, let the pain end. But you don't. Somehow you dig deeper. You push past the agony. And you keep going. This isn't a dramatic movie scene. This isn't an action hero moment. This is real life for a Navy SEAL trainee. The United States Navy SEALs are among the most elite warriors on Earth. They take on missions so dangerous, so secretive, that failure is simply not an option. These men are trained to go where no one else can, to endure what no one else dares, and to perform under the most extreme conditions imaginable. But here's what truly separates them from the rest. It's not just their physical strength, their cutting-edge gear, or their tactical skills. It's their mindset. Navy SEALs possess something extraordinary, something invisible but incredibly powerful. Mental toughness. This invisible force is what allows them to stay calm when surrounded by chaos. It's what gives them the strength to keep moving forward when their bodies are ready to collapse. It's what enables them to operate at their absolute peak in situations where most people would break completely. Here's the fascinating thing. Mental toughness isn't reserved for soldiers or warriors. The same psychological principles that make a SEAL unbreakable can be applied to your life. Whether you're dealing with stress, battling setbacks, or chasing your most ambitious dreams. In this video, we'll dive deep into the science of mental toughness. We'll uncover the exact strategies SEALs use to train their minds and show you how to take those same techniques and use them to become unstoppable, no matter what obstacles stand in your way. Part 1. What is mental toughness? Most people think mental toughness means being fearless, emotionless, or unshakable like a robot. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Even the strongest Navy SEALs, the warriors who endure the harshest training on Earth, still feel fear, still feel doubt, and still feel pain, just like the rest of us. The difference lies in how they respond to those emotions. Psychologists define mental toughness as the ability to stay focused, calm, and driven even when you're under extreme pressure. It's about keeping your mind steady when the world around you is falling apart. Think of mental toughness as both a shield and a compass. The shield protects you from being crushed by stress, fear, and anxiety. The compass guides you forward, keeping you on course even when the path ahead is dark and uncertain. For SEALs, this skill is absolutely critical. In combat, a single moment of panic can cost lives. They can't afford to freeze or fall apart when everything is on the line. But mental toughness isn't just for battlefields. In everyday life, it can be the difference between breaking down and breaking through. It can help you stay composed and confident during a high-stakes job interview. Push through heartbreak or devastating personal loss without losing yourself. Overcome burnout and stress when work feels overwhelming. Stay disciplined and committed while chasing a difficult, long-term goal. Mental toughness is a universal skill. Once you develop it, it changes how you face every challenge life throws at you. Part 2. The SEAL Mindset. Embrace the suck. One of the first lessons SEAL trainees are taught is a phrase that sounds strange, almost harsh. Embrace the suck. At first, this might seem confusing. Why would anyone embrace discomfort or suffering? Here's why. Embrace the suck is about accepting discomfort instead of resisting it. Most people run from pain. We avoid challenges. We try to escape fear, stress, and anything that feels hard or uncomfortable. But Navy SEALs are trained to lean into it. They understand that pain isn't the enemy. It's the pathway to growth. When you embrace the suck, you stop wasting energy fighting reality or complaining about it. Instead, you channel all that energy into adapting, overcoming, and moving forward. This mindset shift is life-changing. Life is full of tough, painful moments. Long, sleepless nights spent working toward a dream that feels out of reach. Rejection letters that make you question your worth. Financial struggles that keep you awake with worry. Health setbacks that challenge your strength and spirit. Most people get stuck asking, why me? But when you embrace the suck, your mindset changes. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of your circumstances. You start seeing yourself as a warrior ready to face them head-on. Instead of saying, why me? You rise up and declare, try me. Part 3. The 40% Rule. Unlocking your hidden strength. One of the most legendary principles that Navy SEALs live by is known as the 40% Rule. At first, it sounds almost unbelievable. Here's what it means. When you feel like you've given everything you have, when you're completely drained, gasping for breath, and ready to collapse, you've only tapped into about 40% of your true potential. That means a staggering 60% of your strength, energy, and capability is still locked inside you, waiting to be unleashed. Think of your brain like a built-in safety governor, similar to the device that limits the speed of a powerful car engine. Your mind sends out loud, urgent signals of pain, fear, and exhaustion long before you've actually reached your real physical or mental limits. Why does it do this? It's a survival mechanism. Your brain's top priority is to keep you safe, not to push you to greatness. It wants you to stop before you risk injury or danger. But here's the problem. In the modern world, this ancient safety system often holds you back, keeping you from achieving things you're fully capable of. It convinces you that you've hit your wall, when in reality, you still have so much more to give. This is why SEAL training is so brutal. It's designed to push candidates past these false limits, to prove to them that their breaking point isn't really the end. During the infamous Hell Week, a relentless 5-day stretch with almost no sleep, trainees are tested beyond what most people can even imagine. They run for miles on sand, crawl through freezing mud, swim in icy water, and carry heavy logs and boats on their shoulders, often while soaking wet and shivering in the cold. By day 3, they are completely wrecked. Muscles are torn, bodies are blistered, minds are foggy from exhaustion. Most people at this stage feel like their very soul has been drained. But the instructors know the truth. They still have fuel left in the tank. And that's the lesson every SEAL carries with them for life. Your mind quits long before your body does. Now imagine what this means for your own life. Maybe you're pushing through a grueling study session, chasing a dream business, training for a marathon, or simply trying to heal from heartbreak or loss. When you feel like you can't go on, when every part of you screams to give up, that's when you must remember the 40% rule. You are not done. You are not empty. You are simply hitting that mental barrier your brain has set to protect you. If you push past it, you'll discover an entirely new level of strength you didn't know you had. Part 4. The 4 Pillars of Mental Toughness. Navy SEALs don't just rely on raw willpower or adrenaline. They train their minds systematically, just as intensely as they train their bodies. Over the years, they've perfected a psychological framework known as the 4 Pillars of Mental Toughness. These 4 tools are simple in concept, but when applied consistently, they are life-changing. 1. Goal setting, breaking down the impossible. When you face a massive challenge, your brain can easily become overwhelmed. It sees the entire mountain at once and panics, whispering, "This is impossible. You'll never make it." This mental overload leads to paralysis and, often, failure before you even take the first step. SEALs fight this by breaking enormous goals into tiny, manageable steps. During Hell Week, instructors don't tell trainees to focus on surviving all 5 days. That would be too much to process. Instead, they give them a smaller, immediate target. Just make it to the next meal. That might mean surviving only 3 more hours. Once they reach that checkpoint, they reset and focus on the next one. Hour by hour, meal by meal, they inch forward, until what once felt impossible becomes reality. How you can use it. When you're staring down a huge task, writing a book, rebuilding your finances, getting in shape, don't obsess over the entire journey. Shrink your focus. Ask yourself, what can I do in the next hour, the next day, or even the next 5 minutes? These small, consistent wins build momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Over time, These tiny victories will stack up into extraordinary achievements. 2. Visualization. Rehearsing victory. The human brain is a remarkable machine. It doesn't always distinguish clearly between imagination and reality. This means when you vividly visualize success, your brain begins to train itself for that exact scenario. It's like a mental dress rehearsal for greatness. Before missions, SEALs close their eyes and play out every step in their minds. Entering a building. Moving through each room with precision. Making split-second decisions under pressure. Anticipating every obstacle, every danger, every move of the enemy. By the time they face the real mission, it doesn't feel terrifying or new. It feels familiar, like they've already done it 100 times before. How you can use it. Before a big presentation, difficult conversation, or major challenge, see yourself succeeding. Close your eyes and imagine every detail. Your body language, your voice, your calmness, your confidence. When the moment finally comes, your mind will treat it as something you've already mastered, reducing fear and boosting performance. 3. Positive self-talk. Rewriting the inner script. We all have an inner voice, the constant stream of thoughts running through our minds. For many people, this voice is harsh and negative. I can't do this. I'm not good enough. I'm going to fail. This kind of self-talk drains your energy and destroys your confidence before you even begin. SEALs are trained to flip the script. When doubt creeps in, they replace it with powerful, affirmative statements. I've got this. One step at a time. Failure is not an option. This isn't empty pep talk. It's mental reprogramming. By consciously choosing empowering language, they rewire their brains to respond with strength instead of fear. How you can use it. Start noticing your inner dialogue. Whenever you catch yourself thinking negatively, interrupt the pattern. Replace destructive thoughts with words that reinforce your strength and capability. Over time, this practice will transform the way you think, act, and feel under pressure. 4. Controlled breathing. Mastering your emotions. When you face intense stress, your body instinctively shifts into fight or flight mode. Your heart races. Your breathing becomes shallow and rapid. Your mind grows cloudy, making it hard to think clearly. For Navy SEALs, this loss of control can be catastrophic in the field. That's why they practice a simple yet powerful technique called box breathing. It's designed to calm the body and sharpen the mind in seconds. Here's how it works. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly for 4 seconds. Hold again for 4 seconds. Repeat this cycle several times, and you'll feel your heart rate slow, your thoughts clear, and your focus return. Why it matters. Box breathing isn't just for combat situations. You can use it before a job interview, during an argument, or any time you feel panic rising. It's like hitting a reset button for your mind and body, allowing you to respond with calm strength instead of fear or anger. Part 5. Extra tools used by SEALs. To push their limits even further, Navy SEALs rely on additional psychological strategies that strengthen their mental edge. These aren't just tactics for extreme missions. They're tools you can apply in your everyday life to overcome personal challenges and unlock hidden potential. 1. Micro goals for motivation. When facing a challenge that seems never-ending, the human mind easily becomes overwhelmed. For SEALs, this could be swimming through freezing waters at night or running with heavy gear for hours on end. If they focus on the full task, their mind starts screaming, I can't do this. Instead, they zoom in and set tiny immediate goals, like completing just the next lap, reaching the next checkpoint, or even surviving the next 60 seconds. Each micro goal acts like a small win, giving them a constant sense of progress and motivation. This prevents burnout and keeps their focus sharp. How you can use it. When you're buried in work or struggling through a difficult time, don't think about finishing the whole journey. Think, just send this one email. Just make it through this next hour. Over time, these small steps add up to massive progress. 2. Reframing stress. Stress is inevitable, but how you interpret it determines whether it crushes you or fuels you. Many people see stress as a sign of weakness or failure. But SEALs flip the script. They reframe stress as proof that they are growing, learning, and leveling up. For example, during high-stakes missions, their heart rate spikes and adrenaline surges. Instead of panicking, they remind themselves, this means my body is ready. This pressure is my fuel. This mental shift transforms fear into heightened focus and sharpness. How you can use it. The next time you're nervous before a big presentation or exam, remind yourself. This energy isn't fear. It's my body preparing me to perform. With practice, stress can become your greatest ally instead of your worst enemy. 3. Building a tribe. No SEAL ever operates alone. Their strength comes from teamwork, trust, and shared accountability. When a mission feels impossible, they lean on their teammates, knowing that others are counting on them. This connection creates a powerful source of motivation to keep going, even when exhaustion hits. In life, the same principle applies. When you surround yourself with people who believe in you, challenge you, and hold you accountable, you become far stronger than you could ever be alone. How you can use it. Seek out friends, mentors, or support groups who push you to grow. Let their encouragement carry you through moments when your own willpower isn't enough. 4. Purpose beyond self. Perhaps the most powerful motivator of all is having a mission bigger than yourself. SEALs don't endure pain and sacrifice for personal glory. They fight for their teammates, their country, and the values they deeply believe in. When you have a strong why, almost any how becomes bearable. A clear purpose gives meaning to your struggles and keeps you moving forward when everything inside you wants to quit. How you can use it. Ask yourself, who am I doing this for? What higher purpose does this serve? Whether it's your family, your community, or a personal vision, anchoring your actions to something bigger than yourself will give you unshakable strength. Part 6. Applying SEAL strategies to everyday life. You might not be preparing for combat, but life has battles of its own. A demanding career that tests your limits. Relationship challenges that break your heart. Personal losses that shake your spirit. The relentless pursuit of your dreams. By applying SEAL principles, you can develop a warrior mindset that helps you thrive no matter what life throws your way. Here's how to begin. Break challenges into small steps to avoid overwhelm and maintain steady progress. Visualize success so your mind is ready to execute under pressure. Control your inner voice by replacing negative self-talk with empowering thoughts. Use breathing techniques to stay calm and focused in moments of stress. Push beyond the 40% rule, recognizing that you have far more strength than you realize. These aren't just survival skills for soldiers, they're life strategies for anyone who wants to rise above hardship and live with purpose. Closing message. The warrior within. Mental toughness isn't about being fearless or invincible. It's about showing up, facing fear, and refusing to quit, even when the odds are stacked against you. There is a warrior inside you right now. Maybe you haven't discovered them yet, but they're there, quietly waiting to be unleashed. So when life pushes you to the edge, remember the lessons of the SEALs. Stay calm. Stay focused. Keep moving forward. Because the greatest battles aren't fought on distant battlefields. They're fought within our own minds, and victory always begins there.